Hi, welcome to my second video ever on my YouTube channel. Place your bets on when me saying how many videos I've done is going to finish. Probably going to forget immediately. But here in this video I am going to be doing tapestry crochet. I think it's tapestry crochet, it's just like colour work, you know? But I know there's like different names for the different techniques, so I hope what I'm doing is tapestry crochet. I'd be really upset if I said that wrong. But yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. Yeah, let's get right into it. Hi! So the first tapestry I'm going to be making in this video is this tapestry I found on Pinterest. Unfortunately, Pinterest, as you all know, is notorious for stealing art, so I am going to put the link to the Pinterest post in the description. Whether or not that's the original artist, I don't really know. But yeah. I'm also going to be doing like a tiny bit of a tutorial. The way I prefer to do tapestry crochet is the intarsia method, and I'm going to be kind of showing you that a little bit, and I'll sort of do a row and then I'll do it again but flip the camera for those who are right-handed, because I'm left-handed, I crochet left-handedly, and I just want it to be as comprehensive for everybody as possible. Yeah. I also got a mic. I'm unsure if the audio quality is better or worse. Either way, I have a microphone, I have a new tripod that you're currently on right now. Yeah, so let's get into it. So for the tapestry, I'm going to be changing the colours up a little bit. So it's black background with a white paw and blue like paw pads and claws. I'm going to be using white for the background, black for the fur colour, and pink for the paw pads and the claws. All of these tapestries in this video are going to be for a friend, so they're going to have pink throughout them because that is what she requested. I have also written down the pattern for this. I could possibly at some point release it. I don't yet have an Etsy account, but I am planning to make one because I am planning to design and release patterns. But these would be paid given that I'm doing the work to count through all the stitches and do like all the counting, so you don't have to, essentially. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, let me start this and then I'll sort of show you how to do bits that I do. So this is my first row of single crochets done. This is going to be a very little tapestry. It's 18 by 21 rows, so it's kind of going to be probably about that big. It's not going to be huge. I forgot to mention I'm using weight 4 acrylic with a 3mm hook. I think just because then the stitches are tighter and thus the pattern comes out a bit nicer. So now I'm just going to show you how I add in a colour. So I'm just going to do 4 single crochets here. And then on the 4th single crochet, I'm going to not finish that single crochet. I'm going to leave the white behind, and then I'm going to grab the next colour that I'm working on, which is the black. I'm going to put that on my hook, and then pull that through to finish the single crochet I left off on. Now, some people like to carry their yarn underneath. That's actually not the intarsia method, which is what I prefer. The intarsia method is literally just floating the other yarn behind the stitches that you're doing, and then picking it up when you need it again. So I'm just going to do a single crochet, 10 single crochet I need to for this next part, and then I'll show you what it looks like to float that colour and pick it back up again when we get to the end. So I'm just about to do my 10th single crochet. I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, Then I'm going to drop that black like we did with the white, and then you're going to pull the white up from behind. Make sure you don't pull it too tight, otherwise it like cinches the tapestry together. But then you're just going to finish that single crochet with the white and then finish off the row. So this is what the front looks like for the first colorwork row that we've done, and this is what the back looks like. You see that white that's been floated at the back of the tapestry? This just kind of helps it so that it doesn't seep through the stitches at the front, and you can kind of keep all your color changes and you can keep your ends to weave in to a minimum, essentially, and it just kind of keeps it a lot cleaner. So now I'm going to show you what to do now that we're working on the wrong side. Just untangle all of that. And yeah, now that we're working on the wrong side of the project, so you want to turn your work, chain one, turn your work, and then do again these 4 single crochets. And on the 4th one, don't finish it, and you want to put the colour in front of you, in front of the work, because this is the wrong side of the work. So we want all of our loose ends to be on this side, so that they all stay on the same side and it doesn't look wrong from the front. So yeah, you want to finish that single crochet with the black that we left over there, and then you just want to continue. Again, we're going to do half of our last single crochet, put that colour in front, and then you want to pull that white from the beginning. Some people would, because there's like a big gap in between the 2 parts where we need the white, some people like to have a second ball, so they have yarn attached to this side and yarn attached to this side, so you don't have to pull it across. But I think because this is such a small tapestry that we'll get away with it. So yeah, you want to finish that last single crochet and then crochet to the end of the row. And this is how we're looking so far. So I'm just going to keep working on this pattern. I'm going to insert a few clips of me working on it, and then I'll insert a few clips flipped, so you can see what it looks like to do it with right-handed. Okay, so this is the tapestry completed. It's a cute little paw print. This is what the back looks like. So as you can see, like with the intarsia method and like carrying the ends, it is so much neater than if I cut these off and like reattach the yarn, and it's also like less wastage of yarn, which I really like. The color changes in this were really easy actually, and I really love the way that this has come out. You know, obviously up close, like you're gonna see the indiscrepancies with the stitches and everything, but like from far away, it looks like a paw print. It looks like you want it to look. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. This was a really lovely little project, and now let's get on to tapestry number 2. Hi, so this is the next tapestry that I'm going to be doing. I really like the look of this one, and I love that it already includes the pink that I'm putting throughout all of the tapestries, so that's really cool. It's not much more complicated than the other one, same amount of colour changes. It's just sort of less frequent. Like with this one, it had the claws, so I had to do more colour changes with that. But yeah, so I'm just going to get started, and I'll sort of check in every now and again. I won't be as in depth with it as I was, but I'll check in when I've sort of made some progress. So this is the finished tapestry. It is a moth in like a grey love heart. I quite like how subtle the grey looks on camera, because it's like, but it's quite obvious in real life, you know, it's more, you can definitely see the difference between the two yarns if you look it up close. This tapestry was relatively easy, took me an hour and a half, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than the other one, but not too much bigger, so it's still quite nice. Just as a side note, I am going to be attaching fabric to the back of these, all three of the tapestries, and then like mounting them on dowels. I think that's what they're called. So I will do that. Hi! It's been a minute since I filmed. The UK has had a heat wave. It's been way too hot. So I've just been kind of trying to look after my health a bit more while it's really hot. I also got a new tattoo. Supernatural fans, I see you. But now I'm going to get started on the last tapestry of this video, which is this sun tapestry. Again, found it on Pinterest. The link will be in the comments. And I've physically written out the pattern to follow in order to make it. So yeah, I'm just going to get right to it, and then we'll be getting on to sewing the backings on. Very exciting. Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and get started. Hi, it's been a couple weeks. We had a massive heat wave here in the UK, and for like 2 weeks it was way too hot to even like be alive and be a person. So I haven't been filming, I have been crocheting, I've just been like doing bits and bobs where I can. This is how far I've gotten. It's like almost half. I also watched the new K-pop Demon Hunters movie and I sobbed. Cried my eyes out. But I worked on that while I was watching it. Yeah, and it was really good. So I'm gonna get to working on it now because it's cool, it's windy, it's raining. I actually can't explain the relief that I feel that it's like finally cooled down. Chronic illness people, you know what I mean. But yeah, so I'm just gonna keep working on this and sort of update you a little bit later. It's the next day and I finished it. Motherfucking finished it. This tapestry is huge, it's like bigger than my head, which isn't even like huge in the realm of tapestries, tapestry crochet. Anyway, I fucked up on these rows. Am I gonna go back and fix it? No, because this took me so long and 3.5 pages of notes for the pattern. It looks like a sun. It looks like a sun with a face, and I'm taking that. I'm taking it. So the next step now is to put fabric. Sew fabric onto the back of all of these because I want them to be sturdy, and also they're going to be hung up, so I don't want them to like stretch or anything. So yeah, let's get the sewing machine out and do that. Hi there. It's been like 3 weeks since I filmed anything. It was really, really hot, and then I was traveling, and I was recovering from a flare-up, and I got a new tattoo. besides all of that, I have had the tapestries done. I literally just need to block them and then sew the backings on. I'm going to block them right now. I'm gonna get my Peppa Pig foam placemats out. I'm gonna pin them on there, steam block them, and then I can cut the fabric out and sew the fabric onto the back of them with the sewing machine that my girlfriend and I share custody of. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna pin them, steam block them, work on another project while they're cooling down, and then I can cut the backing out, and I will probably sew them, not today but tomorrow, just because I have other stuff to do today. Yeah, it's been long. I'm not very good with this. My apologies. So here I have the tapestries pinned out. This sun was just too big for one of these, so I had to put 4 out, but that's fine. And then here are the other smaller ones. I've just sort of got them pinned out so they're like an even shape, not really stretching them out all too much. And then I'm going to steam block them. Here they are all cooled. Ignore the lighting. It's raining outside. So I've laid them flat so that they can sort of dry flat instead of like sagging a little bit with the gravity. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave these maybe like an hour to cool down, dry, and set. And I'll sort of check them in a little bit. It's 4 PM the next day. Let's sew these things. Number 1, my stitches look like shit. They are not straight. I barely know how to use this sewing machine. I'm going with the vibes. Also, yes, they're all going to be done in white thread because I don't know how to change the thread. The bobbin, whatever. On to number 2. Number 2, I don't know why that happened. Don't ask me, because I don't know. This is the last tapestry. Let's go. Also, I just want to add, I am sewing all of my ends. Like, I'm tucking the ends behind and I'm sewing them in, because, like, they're weaved, they'll stay, but I don't want to deal with them anymore. This is the last tapestry. We're not gonna look at the back because the back is none of our business. But also it's a little bit wonky. Again, I'm still learning. But yeah, that is the last tapestry done. So now I'm going to attach this one onto a wooden dowel, I think it's called. Yeah. So hi, I'm finally filming the voiceover for this last bit, but this is just me showcasing all of the tapestries, finished with all my ends weaved in and everything. I also had my friends over while I was filming this, so yeah, say hi to them, I guess. But yeah, I gifted these tapestries and I was really happy with them. I'm still really happy with them, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it took so long to come out. I've just been busy with con and like recovering in between stuff, but I'm gonna be posting regularly from now on. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.